That we've got our first corporate conversation for the day. Nazara Tech has approved a fundraise in one of its subsidiaries, the gaming subsidiary Nodwin. They're looking to raise about $200 million, which will be done via a private placement to certain investors, which includes existing investors, but also some fresh investors. Nitesh Mittersain, the founder and CEO of Nazara Tech, and Akshat Rathee, the co-founder and managing director at Nodwin Gaming, are now with us. Gentlemen, morning, and thanks so much for joining in. Nitish, first question. Of this, 200 crores that Nodwin Gaming is raising, how much will the existing promoters be infusing? Who are the fresh investors who will be coming on board, Akshat?
Hi, thank you so much for the time. We have every one of our existing investors who are coming on board. It's a very good time in our lives where every single one steps forward. And we also have a couple of new investors who have also joined it.
So can you give us a breakup? What percentage of the funds will come in from the existing promoters? What percentage from new investors?
I think the total amount of money that is coming in from new investors stands at approximately $12 million. And the rest of it, out of a fundraise of 28, the $16 million comes in from existing investors.
Got it.
Okay, all right. Nitish, hi, good morning. Can you tell us, have you identified which are the immediate assets that you're going to invest in?
Within the Nodwin, no, I think we are looking at many opportunities. And we have, right now, given market sentiments, we have many value opportunities. And given the way Nodwin is really integrated into the whole esports sector, not only in India, but connected to the whole network globally, has a lot of friends in that space. I think we should be able to identify and, execute some good opportunities going forward. One of the reasons we did capital was to be able to make the right investments, taking advantage of the opportunities at hand.
So any reason why you've not used the money that you have in your own books? I understand you have over 600 crores on your books. Do you have any other use for that cash?
Yes, of course. As you know, Nazara operates in, multiple areas of business, esports being one of them. And we do have other M&A and investment opportunities as well. I think in the case of this fundraise, it was not just about the capital raise, but, bringing in marquee investors into the the cap table, which can be strategic for us as well, help on business as well. As you can see, Krafton, which had invested earlier, as well as come back, which is a great validation for us. So I think there were multiple reasons we did this transaction besides just the capital raise.
Akshat, can you tell us about these new marquee investors who are coming on board? Can you name a few? And also, can you talk about the valuations? Nodwin was last valued at 988 crore in March of 2021. Now it's valued at more than 2,600 crore. We're looking at a 2.7x jump in the valuations in a span of about a little more than 2 years. In that period, what has been the growth rates on the top line and on the bottom line for Nodwin, which explains the kind of valuation jump we've seen?
So look, my sector across the world is something that is valued normally on EV on sales, because most of the companies across the world are not profitable. We are privileged to have actually made profit, and we've been making profit. We have been profitable since a very long time. We actually reinvest most of our profit back into our system. So that's why you'll see over the last 2 years, we've done approximately a 70% CAGR on our revenue. On our profitability, we basically decide there's a certain amount of profitability we always want to maintain, and go ahead and plow back everything else into growth. We are a company that is based out of India, but we go ahead and build for the world. And Nodwin's now in multiple countries, and that focus, that ability to go to emerging markets, which is our supreme focus in gaming. This is where all the young people are in the world. That is our focus for Nodwin, and that's what allows us to go ahead and get this kind of a value from both existing and new investors.
Oh, absolutely. We were just discussing, one of our colleagues put out a piece where he said that the number of gamers are 4x the number of online shoppers, under the umbrella of course, people who use a smartphone. So we know where all the money is going. But Nitish, you also said that the cash on your books will at some point be used for further acquisitions, right? And you're always on the lookout for M&A. Anything that you've identified, anything that you're looking to close in this calendar year itself? And what is the kind of watch list that you have laid out for acquisitions over the next 12 to 18 months?
Sure. So as you know, we're a profitable cash flow generating company. So there's not a lot of use of additional capital right now for organic growth. Many of our companies are growing and generating cash themselves. So a lot of the capital we do have on our books is meant for new investments and M&A. We are identifying casual gaming studios that we would like to invest in. And we are also upping our focus on the skill-based real money gaming space, which we believe with the emerging regulatory clarity will become a significant opportunity for Nazara to scale up its business in. As you remember, today we have only 5% of our revenues coming from that sector, and there's a lot of headroom to scale it up. So yeah, I think these are the areas we will definitely look at moving in the next few quarters to come.
Gentlemen, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in, Nitish and Akshat, and wish you all the very best. We'll continue our conversations through the course of the year. Thank you very much for joining in.